Hi everyone, welcome to Shikara Academy. Today we are going to discuss about few important aspects of drainage pattern. Drainage pattern is not seaways, what you see in your urban areas. Drainage pattern means river pattern. There are so many things that you have to learn about rivers. It can be classification of rivers, rivers in various states, what does rivers give us, what we give in return to the rivers, that is pollution, what river gives us, a fresh water. It is like give and take, mutual relationship, right? So rivers gives us good, we give us bad. So before understanding the application of the rivers, we have to understand the classification of the rivers. So that is what I'm going to tell or I'm going to discuss in this particular video. So stay tuned. Classification of rivers, there are major rivers, there are medium rivers, there are minor rivers. How do we classify major rivers or minor rivers? For example, we talk about major rivers. For example, if the catchment area of the river or if the amount of river it spreads, if it is around 20,000 square kilometers and above, okay, 20,000 square kilometers and above, then that is called as major river. Please understand, remember this. If it is like 20,000 to 2,000 square kilometers, it is called as medium river. And if it is like less than 2,000 square kilometers, it is called as minor river. Minor river. So this is how the major classification that we do for major, medium and minor river. Then what does this drainage pattern, drainage system on the origin point, that we will discuss now. Okay. So here, what is important for UPSC? You have to understand. Understand the classification. For example, Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers are like perennial rivers. We know that we have been learning from that from childhood because on Himalayas we have northeast monsoon which segregate deposit the snow, and in summer this snow melts and lead to the formation of a river. That is what river you see in and Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Satluj, Indus, all these rivers, for example. These are perennial, like throughout the year it will be there. They won't die. That doesn't mean the remaining rivers of Peninsular India will die. No, but the quantity of the water that is the no that flowing through that stream channel or water divide or into the sea reduces. For example, peninsular Indian rivers, which are like non-perennial, take Krishna or Kaveri or Godavari or Tapi. They give rainfall whenever there is rainfall in the Western Ghats. So these rivers are very active, but when there is no rainfall they are inactive, they are very dull, right? So they need motivation. What is that motivation? Southwest monsoon, right? What is your motivation? Put it in comments. In the preparation we need to have motivation every day, or else our morale goes down and down. Similarly, the motivation for these particular peninsular Indian rivers is southwest monsoon. Northeast monsoon, no. Northeast monsoon is a it is useful for our say perennial rivers. Okay. Now Himalayan rivers or Deccan rivers or coastal rivers for that matter, these rivers are they erode certain part of land. If there is a hill, they erode the hill and deposit those sediments in the lower levels of the hill. Okay, this is very important. Now what is important for exam? There are so many rivers, for example, that flows to the east, rivers flows to the west. Okay, we will be dealing in a series of classes that what is east flowing river, what is west flowing river. Okay, now look at one thing. Rivers going to Bay of Bengal, Bay of Bengal, that's 77% of our Indian drainage. Rivers going into Arabian Sea, they are like almost 23% of the drainage system of India. For example, take rivers going to Bay of Bengal, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Penna, Periyar, Vaigai, all these rivers. Rivers going to the Arabian Sea, Indus, Narmada, Tapi, Sabarmati, Mahi, right, Luni to an extent but not completely. There is Mandavi River, there are Vasai River in Mumbai, Mandavi River in Goa. So there are so many rivers in and there in Sahyadris. So this percentage is very important. River goes to the Bay of Bengal, rivers goes to the say Arabian Sea. Okay, so in fact, to say over 90% of the water drains into Bay of Bengal, though it is 77% of the catchment area, but river by water 90% to the Bay of Bengal, and remaining 10% is drained into the Arabian Sea. That is also very important. That is also very important. Why? Why you need to understand this? Because if you understand India, right? Here we have Western Ghats. The slope is from west to east. The slope is from west to east. So that's the reason whatever the rainfall happening here, it goes to the east. That's very very important. It's not like no our rivers like only Bay of Bengal. They don't like Arabian Sea. It's not like that. Right? This is how the slope is, and we go as per the slope. Obviously, that is how rivers also happen. For example, we'll take Indus. Indus. Indus flows almost like 32 thousand, sorry, 3,21,000 square kilometers. See, look at the intensity of the river up to the border. I'm not talking about Pakistani Indus River. 3,21,289 square kilometers is what the Indus goes. If you take Ganga, it is much beyond. Okay, 8,61,000 square kilometers. The Ganga flows in India. Brahmaputra, it is also one of the biggest river, 1,94,000. Barak rivers, Godavari river, 3,12,000. So these are all we don't need to understand, which river, how much is the area. Don't ask about that those questions here. But what is important is the classification. For example, you take Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers. It's generally classified into Indus rivers, Brahmaputra rivers, Ganga rivers. This is how it is generally classified: Himalayan rivers, Indus, Brahmaputra, and Ganga. Now we'll see Indus River system. Indus River system is very easy, and of course we'll see that. Before going, I have an announcement for you. We have mains answer writing foundational bootcamp that is going on right now, where we have live classes, study materials, evaluations, and Shikara Academy was established in 2015, where in 2018 we have received prestigious Telangana State Formation Day Award, and we are conducting mains answer writing foundational bootcamp classes. It includes the series only for a limited portion, but we tell you what and how, what not to do and how not to do about answer writing. So it is a 30 days session. Daily answer writing will be there, submission will be there, and feedback will be there. IBC framework intro, body conclusion, and real time UPSC simulations will be there. You will feel the pressure. Half you have to do it, but it is like 749 rupees, which was a 50% discount. But the first 50 students get only for 499 rupees. And this is the schedule starting from 23rd of June, 24, 25, 26, and 1st July, and how things are going on till 2nd of August. So these are the toppers from our academy, including Raj Krishnaja, rank 8, rank 34, 41, 57, 96, 105, and so on. There are so many ranks. Yes, if you have any doubts, just call to our number. Just give a missed call, or call to our number and speak to us. 77020267669. Right, this is very important. Now, let me coming into this particular aspect. Let me introduce you to one of the greatest rivers, that is River Indus. Indus. It is called as Synthos. Do you know this? Not Mentos, Synthos in Greek. It is called as Sindhus in Latin. Right? It is called as Sindhu in Hindi and Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, all the regional languages, right? Indian languages. Indus in English. Okay, these are the things. Now, where does this Indus starts from? From the glaciers of Kailash ranges, Kailasha Parvatam ranges. Okay, it is very close to Manasarovar, Manasarovar Lake. Okay, and what is the length? see, the length is approximately 2880 kilometers. In India, its length is almost 710 kilometers. That's very important. And this has various tributaries. For example, Jhelum is a tributary, Chenab is a tributary, Ravi is a tributary, Bias is a tributary, and Satluj is a tributary. For example, Jhelum, the river Jhelum starts at Verinag. Chenab starts at Baralacha Pass, and Ravi starts near Rohtang Pass. Bias starts from the same point, Rohtang Pass. Satluj starts from Manasarovar. So Indus main river and also Satluj both starts from the same point. Ravi Bias starts from the same point. Okay, this is very important. Okay, now Jhelum length is almost 720 kilometers. Chenab length is 1180 kilometers. It's one of the biggest. Okay, Ravi is like almost like 460 kilometers. Okay, uh, that is one thing. No. Sorry. Ravi is 725 kilometers. Bias is like almost 460 kilometers. And Satluj is 1450 kilometers, but in India almost like 1050 kilometers. This is how the Indus River is, no, it goes on in India and how these particular things are going on. Okay, this is about Indus River. Now, if you see clearly, Indus River is one of the greatest rivers, as everyone accepts. No, there is no dispute about it. So, Indus River, we all know that it is like 2,900 kilometers of range. But if you include all these Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, Bias, it is like 11,65,000 square kilometers of catchment area this particular river has. See, do you think it's a small thing? No. For example, if once it enters into this particular China-India border, it is joined by Dhar river, right? Dhar, and it is joined near this northern part. Shayok river will be there. Shayok river will be there. Okay, and one more thing. Once it enters into J&K, Jammu Kashmir, it flows between Ladakh and Jaskar. Like this, it will be flowing. So one side Ladakh mountains, one side Jaskar mountains. Between these two mountains, it passes through Pak occupied Kashmir, that is Gilgit and Baltistan region, and those areas it has depositions, and it has depositions in the Pakistan also. And if you look at the river gradient, for every kilometer, almost 30 centimeters. It's a very big one. Generally, southern Indian rivers or peninsular rivers won't be having this much gradient. Because it is originating from those hills region, we have this region. River will be going down. Okay. Near this Leh, this Jaskar river originates. Right. Near this Leh point, this Jaskar river meets this Indus river. That is very important. Very important. Okay. Now, along with that, what we need to understand? A point where which river originates. For example, let me write down here. Near Skardu, the Shayok river meets this. Right? Along with that, as I said, there are so many tributaries: Gilgit, Dras, Shigar, Husna. Like that, there are so many tributaries. Now, it crosses it crosses the Jammu Kashmir near Nanga Parbat. Nanga, that's very important. Nanga Parbat is very important. Please understand the importance of Nanga Parbat, because this is the point where the Himalayan starts, and it has this syntaxial bend till Namcha Barwa. Right? This is very important. Along to this, there is a river called Kabul. Kabul river that originates from Afghanistan. It enters into this Indus river. Okay, that's very important. Kabul river from Afghanistan joins this particular region. See how great it is. Kabul river. Hmm. So it flows through a plateau from this Kabul river, that is called as Potwar Plateau. You should know this. Potwar Plateau. Potwar Plateau. And it forms a salt range near this Potwar Plateau. There is a salt deposition and salt range we call it as. So the name is salt range. Okay, that's very important. Now, what else you need to understand in this particular river? There are so many things you have to understand. So each and every aspect of Indus River, Jhelum River, Chenab River, Ravi River, Satluj River, Bias River is done in a separate class. So subscribe to our channel for continuation of the videos. Thank you.